So stuff that I miss about the golden era of Call of Duty. So in today's video, we're reacting to replay mode, and I'm very excited to react to this video because I'm a big Call of Duty guy in general. We reacted to his video talking about Call of Duty has gotten faster and everything of that nature over the years. So in this video, we're gonna be reacting to the stuff that I miss about the Call of Duty era that everybody loves, the golden era. So I'm very curious on what his takes are. Mine's probably gonna be a little bit different, coming from a person that enjoys trick shotting and sniping, so it's gonna be a little bit different.
So, you know how people say to go to your happy place when you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed?
Yes.
Well, I imagine that to most people, that means like a garden or their childhood home or whatever. But
Oh
me,
man,
I
don't get
see
me emotional.
terminal. I see dolphin diving off the stairs on Kino der Toten. I see the time that me and my friends spent the whole night human centipeding around
Oh my
pubs
god.
in MW3.
Dude, don't get me started with that. See, that's what I'm talking. That's my fucking life when I was younger, bro. Dude, when he said the centipede, dude, that bring me back a little bit.
I still don't understand why we did that.
Everybody had fun doing it. It was
Life's
funny.
been a bit much for me these past few weeks, and so I've been spending a lot of time in that happy place as of late, replaying and reminiscing on the good old days of 2007 through 2013 Call of Duty, which is widely believed to be the golden era of the franchise. And while on this spiritual journey, because I'm a special breed of fucking nerd, I stopped to take notes, and I came up with at least one thing from each game back then that I miss dearly, in the hopes to figure out what was so damn special about it that apparently we can't recreate it anymore with modern technology.
Yeah, like I generally believe this. Call of Duty, this is gonna be the biggest hot take I have. When Call of Duty has went fully competitive and fully sweat inducive gaming, where pretty much Fortnite and everything of that nature kind of changed to a perspective, I think Call of Duty went in the wrong direction. Call of Duty's always been arcadey. Yeah, it's still arcadey now, but the asterisks and how it's played and people are playing and all the bugs and the things that they changed. Like I particularly say, like trickshotting was made from things that was not meant to be in the game, like tack flipping and knife flipping, or like knock flips and other things of that nature, like chingy flips or like insta swaps. Like that was all things from glitches and things that were not meant in the game, but they kept them in, and it made what Call of Duty was a lot of goofy fun shit that was not meant to be in the game, but it was fun anyways. And there was so many big communities outside of just the competitive scene. There was trick shotters, with snipers, there was funny moment people that would just goof off in game, there was people that would troll, that would do voice acting and voice changing. There was like communities around just simple things like that, finding glitch spots and things of that nature. It was so fun, but they didn't really patch stuff until it was like a big problem. But outside of like the goofy things you can do with animations, like they really did and refined the game to a thing that I say kind of ruined it. Like there was so many communities outside Call of Duty, and it's no longer a thing anymore. Like trick shotting and sniping is kind of like low key dead. Like all these other aspects of Call of Duty that was fun, it like no longer there anymore, and people barely do any of that stuff anymore because it comes to now like new generation of Call of Duty players came in, and like the older ones kind of went on to do different things. And I noticed one thing is like the enjoyment of having fun outside of being competitive, if that's anything that make any sense. Like I played Call of Duty trick shotting and sniping, and I learned to be good at those things. Like trick shotting particularly, like took skill to learn how to do certain things in the game and hitting those shots. It was like a big level. As soon as I stopped playing um Call of Duty that way to kind of have fun and play a different way of how the game was intended. I remember playing AW and playing Black Ops 3. I enjoyed those, but I was still sniping, trick shotting half and half. As soon as I stopped it fully, I started to learn that I don't love Call of Duty on just the sweating itself, but more of the community and a common goal and like the friendship involved around the game. I started losing that passion I had for Call of Duty. That might be like a crazy thing, But I know this is a long video,
But
so I'm gonna stop
also,
talking here.
look, I'm not an idiot. I know that if you're making a video game video in 2026, you gotta have a little bit of negativity in there to hit the hate boner part of the algorithm. So I'm actually gonna hit one thing that I miss and one thing that I don't miss about each. That way, everyone's happy. Or angry.
Angry.
Which emotion
Oh my
you need to
god, don't
feel.
get me started.
You know, one thing that I definitely don't miss about the good old days is connection speeds. And unfortunately,
Yeah, we're
even
ass.
in modern day, with modern hardware and new technologies like Ethernet and computers, games can still be kind of laggy at times.
At
Which,
times,
real quick,
yeah.
is actually where the sponsor of this video, Exit Lag, can be your new best friend. Exit Lag fully optimizes your its
Yeah, let me-
direction. With over 4 Battlefield,
Let me bro, but
Exit
get
is a literal
go off to the
boss.
next sponsor.
And
Get your
click my
bag,
link
boy.
down below. Subscription. That's a full year.
Get your bag.
Half the price on solo. I'm
gonna try to go back.
And now
Here we go.
back to the video.
But get your bag, man.
So let's just get into it, starting where the franchise did. Call of Duty 4. Crazy how they did that whole Star Wars thing, huh? And here, I just miss the simplicity of it. Like, look, I am a simple guy. I don't like when things
true.
get too complicated for my simple little brain to understand. And by far, the biggest thing that jumps out to me when going back to a game like COD 4 is just how seamless it is to set up a class and get straight into a match. There's no gun.
Like I agree. He's a gunsmith. Like nowadays, it's like to make a class, like you literally have to do like 10 different attachments, fucking 50 different things. Like it was kind of frustrating, and I do get that. I think Black Ops 2, the actual Collider class system, the 10 pick system, was the perfect way to do Call of Duty, my opinion. Like obviously old Call of Duty Infinity War games were still fine. There was no issue there. Very simplistic too. But they just went around a wrong path.
Smith with crazy attachments to manage. There's no dailies to juggle, no endless to-do lists, and rent that has to be paid every month. But then my money becomes his money. How is that fair? Because in COD 4, classes were literally just a primary and a secondary with one attachment each, 3 perks, and a tactical. That's right, there wasn't even a lethal choice yet. It was either frag or you eat something on the way over. Kill streaks were also the same for everyone, just the basic UAV, airstrike, and chopper at 3, 5, 7, respectively. Now, don't get me wrong, obviously, I like having all the fancy new options that we've collected over the years. I do, but like the drill charge is pretty much at the top of my list of tops. But it's easy to get over.
I hated that thing. I still hate that thing to my fucking passion. C4s, Claymores, and that fucking thing annoys me from a lethal standpoint.
All back to COD 4 for a minute is almost therapeutic. But that said, the thing that I don't miss about COD 4 are the perks. Like, this was the first game with perks in general, and it kind of shows. Because they aren't really all that well balanced, and instead,
Juggernaut was never balanced. Stopping power was never balanced.
Had into one of 3 boxes. First, Tier 1 was equipment focused, with perks adding more stuns or grenades to your belt.
Yeah,
or
fucking 50 different grenades getting thrown at you was crazy.
RPGs, C4, or Claymores. So, for all intents and purposes, these weren't perks. This was an equipment slot. The ones over in Tier 2, though, were actual perks and were really powerful. You had UAV Jammer, Sonic Boom, Sleight of Hand, all great stuff.
Stopping power.
There was also Stopping Power and Juggernaut, which either make your gun 1 bullet more powerful or your fat ass 1 bullet more squishy, which led to these 2 perks basically being the only viable options here. And lastly was Perk 3, where the only ones worth using were Extreme Conditioning, Steady Aim, and Dead Silence, with all the others ranging from virtually useless, like Iron Lungs, letting you hold your breath for a little bit longer,
doesn't really matter much there, sniping wise.
To the point that if you ran them, I'll just say it, we can't be friends anymore.
You a
now,
bitch.
World at War is actually gonna be kind of a quick one, because I actually didn't play this one in its prime, you know, because I was just so busy back in the day being 12. But you know what? That's fine, actually, because the thing that I do miss from World at War really has nothing to do with the gameplay itself. Instead, what I miss is its atmosphere, or more accurately, the fact that it actually had one. Because World at War took the World War II setting and made it a specific point not to glorify it, but horrify it. The
Yes.
campaign was dark, gritty, and unrelenting in its art style and story. And by extension,
That I do agree with. This sounds like I say before, I'll say a million times. Call of Duty lost its soul a long time ago when they decided to copy Fortnite's in its reception. People I will obviously disagree with on a constant basis. I think Black Ops 7 in general is a good game. Like I will say that Modern Warfare 3 is a good game, the new one particularly, those ones. And I will still say to people when they talk about skins, like I don't mind the skins. There's more problems in Call of Duty that needs to be fixed outside of skins, but it doesn't help when the campaign is just dog water and doesn't represent Call of Duty at all outside of like trying to be Marvel. And it's just very annoying to see this shit. And I try to say when you hop on Black Ops 1, what do you feel? You feel soul. You feel the actual presence of a game with a soul. Black Ops 2, a fucking soul. Black Ops 3 had a soul. Fucking literally Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3 had a fucking soul. Modern Warfare 2 had a soul. And I try to tell people what was so good about the Golden Era. Those were some of the points I would point out. Still to this day, people still try to argue like people need to stop talking about skins and stop complaining about it and everything of that nature. Skins are cool, whatever the case may be. You are one of the biggest problems. Like, dude, you got to realize that what made Call of Duty good back then is the reason why it's not good now in some way, shape, or form. Skins are not the full problem. I have little to low less issues with the skins in the game, but that is something that people make fun of on a constant basis because why the game is shit. Don't say that why. I have no issue with futuristic Call of Duties if it makes sense. Black Ops, like obviously older games and older like non-futuristic games, if it fits the era, cool. But I feel like Black Ops 3, that would be a perfect time to be absolutely goofy. But like Johnny Cage in Call of Duty, like you're trying to be Fortnite. Like come on, everybody's trying to be Fortnite now. Like that is simply how it is. You have no identity. You're just Call of Duty with a Fortnite sticker on the fucking back of on the controller on the game
a lot
itself.
Of the same notes. The incredible soundtrack and announcers, the dark, destroyed, fucked up maps. The color palette is made up of these dark browns and grays. And I know that in general that there's this opinion out there that COD maps with vibrant, oversaturated colors are like peak, 10 out of 10 F tier maps.
See, this is the thing is, I love brightness. I love color. Black Ops 3 was the prime example. I enjoyed the game so much. Like the skins and everything in the game. It was cool. It was cool. And they did it right. Like, if you actually look at the skins, it fit Black Ops. It fit the goddamn game itself. Like, look at the maps. It was cool. But I also love the realism games or realistic tone games like Black Ops 1, fucking Modern Warfare 2, like those games, COD 4, right?
But I'll take the intentional choices and direction of World at War any fucking day of the week, man. This shit had purpose. It put you in that world. You want to talk about immersion? This is the game, man.
See, dude, that's a take. I love your fucking take. That is immersion. Dude, people think immersion means that it has to be realistic. That is something that I will fucking never understand. Immersion matters throughout maps. If the maps don't feel like you're in that universe and in that story, it fucking stupid. That's why like nowadays it's kind of annoying and seeing it like the tones of Black Ops 7 and you see the maps in the campaign. That's why I say Call of Duty brings the identity through the campaign and it just follows through to the multiplayer. It doesn't do that anymore. Like Black Ops 1 campaign follow through to the multiplayer. Black Ops 2 same thing. Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, COD 4, World at War. I'll say this as well. You noticed it. Like even World War 2, and people don't like that game that much. Follow through from the campaign to the multiplayer. Ghost did the same thing. Nowadays, it's like the campaign is the last undertone or underthought of the whole thing.
I'm in the game right now. And I'm not saying that every game needs this specific vision, but I do think that every game needs a vision, a direction, a cohesion, a reason to exist. Like, yeah, Splash looks great, but what the fuck does it have to do with anything? And I think for the don't miss section, I'm just gonna reiterate what I said before about Juggernaut and Stopping Power.
They put it in that game too.
Because this is the one other game to have those two perks. And while I didn't play the game until way later, I've
Together.
been told that the MP40
Modern Warfare 2 was
and
still a
Jug
thing.
just dominated this game all year. And that's just not a good. Probably. Okay, we've made it to Modern Warfare 2.
My favorite game
Personally,
ever.
the first Call of Duty that I played on day one. And man, there's just something about this game. It's got this incredible way of making you feel so badass, but also making you feel more angry than you ever thought possible.
Facts.
And so I'm actually gonna lead this one
Facts.
off with the don't miss.
Oh, noob
And
tubes.
I'll
One
just
man
rip
army.
the Band-Aid right off. It's one man army noob tubes, obviously. Now, if you weren't around back then, one man army was this perk that would let you change classes on command. But pretty quickly after launch, people started to realize that if you swapped from a class with one man army to another one, also with one man army, you could just chain those forever and get unlimited ammo that applied to both your weapon, but also your noob tubes. So
Like, I generally think the biggest way to fix that if the Modern Warfare 2 Remastered happens, multiplayer, just with one man army, not let ammo that was previously used replenish. That would literally fix new tubing in general. And like grenades and everything. If grenades were used in the last class, you can't use it again. Like, that would be the only way to fix that.
people would just spawn in, launch their 2 underbarrel grenades into the enemy spawn, orphaning a few kids, and then just pop their OMA and rinse and repeat until the entire other team smashes their controllers, discs, and skulls into their TV. But realistically, there's a lot that I miss from MW2. From the maps to some attachments like the tactical knife.
Yes, the tactical
how
knife.
Just about every weapon, perk, and equipment was viable, or at least
Yes. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die on this fucking hill. People say the fucking game was overpowered. And I'm like, all the gun, like one particular gun was good. No, like that is the best way to balance shit. Make everything fucking viable. Every gun, the TAR 21, the ACR, the fucking UMP sub. That's aside the point. Because like the subclass, let's be honest, UMP, possibly the Vector sometimes. But besides that, the UMP was just fucking goated. But like everything in the game from a actual category, from the ARs to the LMGs to the snipers, they were viable. They were fun.
fun to use. But I'm actually going to take a page from COD 4's book here and simplify it down to just one word: choice. MW2 didn't really have like a traditional meta in the sense that fucking everything was overpowered in their own ways. You got shotgun secondaries, quick scoping, zero recoil ARs, SMGs with rapid fire, commando knifing,
Commando
scavenger
knifing.
replenishing claymores, dead silence making you actually dead silent. Did I mention the noob tubes? And they all had their place in this fucked up OP sandbox that meant that every game would be like a new experience with brand new aggravations. And speaking of new and aggravating things, Black Ops 1 had
Like,
this
I have to say, like, that's why I love Modern Warfare 2 so much. It was always so, like, yeah, there was always the pain and suffering of the game itself. But I remember as a kid just doing sniping GBs with friends and trick shotting, and even at times we would like actually go for nukes and sit down and try to do it and get those things. And it was so fun at the end of the night, just hitting that nuke tube and just screaming on top of my lungs, or getting the nuke and just screaming on top of my lungs. it was fun, and I enjoyed a lot of it, and I do miss those times so much.
New and not aggravating thing called wager matches that
Oh
I
yes.
fucking loved. But unfortunately, like everything that I love,
Dude, that was the only Call of Duty that I loved so much that if you played the game, wager matches with guns, like with money that was in game, like COD points was an in game thing. It wasn't a money, real life money thing. And getting the gold, that would be my favorite without a doubt. Is on Black Ops 1, it was the money to buy stuff in game. Obviously, you had to hit a certain level, but like when you hit like I think 100,000 or 50,000 COD points, you could get the gold camo on weapons, and I remember that so much as a kid, and I was wagering money. Like I was like little mini gambler at the time, and it was just so fucking fun, dude.
it died in 2011. But wagers were these 4 free-for-all game modes that have actually all come back at some point
It
over the
has.
years as party modes now. But back in BO1, if you wanted to play, you'd have to ante up some in-game currency. And then if you placed in the top 3, well, that's great. You win a percentage of the pot. But if not, then you lose your buy-in. And this was
Yeah.
such a great high-stakes mode that kind of tickled the same itch that Battle Royales did way later, but without all the boring walking and looting parts. It was this perfect mix of hyper-competitive stakes, but the modes themselves were kind of wacky and fun, which kept them from getting too sweaty, at least in the lower stakes playlist.
The ballistic
But
knife,
while
I remember
wager
that.
matches were a ton of fun back in the day, the thing that I don't miss about BO1 is actually the exact thing that we were wagering, COD points, which at the time was completely different than they are in game now.
I see, like I think we're gonna be. See, I think he disagrees with me. Like I enjoyed the way to get camos in the game back then. It was a lot of fun. That like wagering money and stuff like that. They were not real in game money. It was in game money, not real life money. And it was like the best way for someone that's like a casual that would play the game on a constant basis, but didn't want to do challenges. But all you had to do was really get a lot of money in the game while playing the game, getting XP and things like that. And like by the time you had like 50K or 100 or something like that, you got the gold weapons, and it was such a big achievement to put it on your favorite gun.
Instead, this was a currency that you earned entirely in-game, spent to unlock everything from guns to perks to camos
Yeah.
to face paints. And what I didn't like about it was just the general effect that it had on progression. But for things like guns, they would still have them locked behind a specific level, you just needed to buy it after you reached that level, which meant that the COD point price was just kind of like a weird second hurdle that felt like an unnecessary step, if anything, just complicating something that didn't need to be complicated. But
I do. Okay, I see. I understand your point from that perspective. I think the guns and the parks, I do agree with. But I'm like from cosmetics, standpoint, I will say that I enjoyed it from that perspective. Getting the gold weapons there and that stuff like that, outside of actually doing challenges, but just playing the game and getting the gold weapons and getting the camo that you want to put on. So I get it. Like I get that. So I will agree. The perks and the attachments and the equipment, do agree.
then on the other side, it kind of made things like camos feel less prestigious because you
Yes.
didn't actually need to earn them anymore. You just had to play like half a game to get enough to just buy Tiger camo off the bat, and that was the end of it. Okay, Modern Warfare 3 time, and man, do I miss strike packages. This was MW3's replacement to traditional kill streaks, where now you were given a choice between 3 different types
Yeah,
of
specialist,
streak
man.
packages. First was Assault, which was your standard kill streaks with all the usual suspects. You know, your Predator missiles, your Sentry guns, your AH-6 Overwatch.
Dude, those are
all the
fucking crazy.
classics that we totally remember the names of. But then there was the support strike chain, which didn't reset on death, made up of less lethal streaks like the SAM turret, EMPs, and a less powerful Juggernaut.
Juggernaut. Yeah.
Basically, it was to cater to more objective focused players and let people who weren't really going nuts in the lobby still feel like they were working towards something. And lastly was Specialist, which replaced your streaks with additional perks that you'd earn every 2 kills until you max out at 8, earning every single perk in the game, making you feel like you're fucking Superman.
Yes,
with a
facts.
fucking gun too. And I loved this level of choice. And that's really it. There's not much more to this one. Just please bring this shit
back. I
What are we
agree.
doing? But then there were death streaks. Now, thankfully, Modern Warfare 3
This was so bad. Oh my god. Dead man's hand was, oh, I fucking want to woo or Maridam. Give me out.
was the last game to have this feature, but they were
Fuck you, Last
arguably
Stand. I remember when he
the
said that.
worst, with the innovative new addition of Dead Man's Hand, combining 2 of the worst death streaks from previous.
Just imagine this. Imagine you're a kid playing Drop Zone, middle of the night, and you had Dead Man's Hand on it, and people were in the fucking Drop Zone. It was like fucking 4 people. And like, bruh.
Games, Martyrdom, and Final Stand into one mega streak that dropped you into a down state with a C4 jammed up your ass, ready to take your killer down along with you. And yeah, this one just sucked. I don't think I really need to explain myself here. It was it was bullshit. And now we're on to
See, like, for me, he didn't bring this up. Like, I feel like the map variety in Modern Warfare 3 was so good. Their face-off maps, if I remember correctly, there was a, if you guys remember, the 3v3s and the 2v2 modes had their own particular maps where they played so well. And I remember a map I thought was so beautiful and was never really made a life a day in other face-off or gunfight maps anymore, and that was it was like a beach map. It was just like you're in a beach resort, and it looked so fucking beautiful. Never saw it again.
2.
So
Back
good back
when
then.
we were blissfully unaware that we already peaked, not even halfway through this sub-franchise. So
Facts.
I gotta pick 10 for my miss.
100%.
Cliche.
Agreed.
I know. I feel like everyone kind of picks this one, but in my opinion, BO2 didn't really have too much else that they did really, really well that no other game before or after did just as well or better. And pick 10 was kind of like taking the bumpers off of your class, where now everything on your loadout cost 1 point each, and you had 10 points to spend, which meant that if you wanted, you could focus purely on your gun and load it up with attachments, or do the exact opposite and load up a class with 6 perks, but no gun, and
Literally.
everywhere in between. And despite countless iterations to the class,
Like Ghost, I'm very curious on what his miss is from Ghost, because that is going to be definitely an interesting thing. I think Ghost is going to be a little bit different. I would have to remember what he says, because I completely remember what I missed from Ghost. Like, it's not much to really not miss.
system in the decade plus since, they've never really nailed that perfectly simple complexity that BO2 had. And
Yeah,
I don't know, I miss it. That's all.
I
But
truly miss that.
You know what I don't miss? Me neither, man. I don't know. This was a tough one, I'm gonna be honest. Because, well, I don't hold
Like, I don't miss
BO2
anything.
on this massive pedestal like I feel like a lot of people do. I also don't think it's a bad game, like, at all. And genuinely, it's probably one of the most well-balanced, both in terms of...
Dude, I'm sorry. Like, top 3, top 2, top 1. It got to be in the top 3 at least. And that is not even a debatable topic. To me, anyways, I know there's other people that have different opinions. Like, a lot of people love Black Ops 1 so much. I love Modern Warfare 2 very much. I also love Black Ops 2 very much. Like, I also have a little place in my heart for, this is gonna be a crazy take, Advanced Warfare. Like, I remember playing it as a friend for the first time and really get back into the competitive scene. And that was kind of a thing. And I understand what he's coming from. Like, I don't put COD 4 and like World at War that much up there, even Modern Warfare 3 at times. Like, I played Modern Warfare 3 a lot, but I was also a trick shotter at the time. I think if you guys were ever in that community, like, people weren't playing Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 1. that much in the trick shotting side of things. There was not much to do in there, and it was not that crazy for trick shotting. If you remember back in the day, there was people out there, but it was not as popular. People were more back on Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare, or Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 2 during that time of Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 1, particularly if you were a trick shotter back then. It was kind of weird. I understand people were going back and forth to different games, and I love that era because I would constantly hop different games.
Like in-game like meta, but also content. So I'm genuinely at a loss here. Let me know what yours would be. Maybe like the LSAT.
Oh, I forgot. He said golden era, so he's not going to bring up Ghost because unfortunately, Ghost is no.
Target finder, but like that's like one. It's like a tiny little attachment thing. I feel like that wasn't nearly as bad as like a lot of other stuff. I like maybe like Turbine. Like the map Turbine was really big.
So you know what's fucking funny about that? A lot of trick shotters love Turbine.
Big and people didn't like it. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with Turbine. Final answer.
See, that's the funny thing. I actually enjoyed Turbine because it was a trick shot map. There was high areas on the map where you can hit crazy, stupid shit, and that's why, like, if you talk to a trick shotter and then talk to a regular Call of Duty player, our opinions on maps and modes and different things are completely different, and like their favorite Call of Duties are completely different. That's what I love about that, because the community was so split on a lot of things, and the community was very split on things, especially Modern Warfare. Like Modern Warfare 2, a lot of people love Modern Warfare 2. A lot of like the regular guys kind of hated it, or some people, not a lot, but like opinions. Like Black Ops 1 was not very popular in the trick shotting and even the sniping. So like a lot of people's Black Ops 1 is very astronomically different because the time that they played it, they were doing certain things in the game that didn't really apply or was good for them, especially sniping back then on Black Ops 1. It was a lot more difficult. So that's why I say it's a little different nowadays. And now, like, coming from me, I hop back on Black Ops 1, and I still think the collective guns and maps on Black Ops 1 is like one of the best ever. And Black Ops 2 as well, and Modern Warfare 2 as well. Modern Warfare 3 collective maps, where there was shitload. There was so much to do on Modern Warfare 3, I remember. So it's so crazy.
Brings us to Call of Duty Ghost.
Oh, he is bringing Ghost. I really want to know what he says.
Which personally, I don't consider to be part of the golden era, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, I get that.
A bunch of wrong people would disagree with me. So,
See, wrong people. Fuck. It is hard to say. Like, I remember on release, I bought the game, or like I remember on release, this was the last time I could not get the game until Christmas. Like, by the way, like a lot of the games I have gotten, I've never gotten during the golden era. I was the Christmas kid. Like, I was the Christmas noob everybody talks about. And I remember like the first game I got was Modern Warfare 2. And that was the first time I got the game on release. Black Ops 1 as well. Those were the two I got on release, particularly around the time. But after that, I was completely like a Christmas noob. Like Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Ghost. Like I was the Christmas kid and everything like that. So in a lot of ways, I remember on Christmas, it was like a fucking amazing time on Christmas to hop on the new Call of Duty, and all my friends would get on at the same time, and we all were in the same situation. So like in ways, I do miss that a lot. And like Ghost was something that was my first time playing it on the first day of the release, and that was because if you guys remember Redbox, Redbox had Ghost in there for rentals. Um, and I rented it for a weekend while I was at my mother's house, and my mother's house let me rent it for the weekend, and I was playing for fucking hours when that game, during that game. But like I was playing with my like mother, and I was like, I enjoy those moments. And I remember trying to trick shot. I was like one of the like I hit a trick shot on the first fucking day of Ghost. And it was that map where it like flooded, and I will always remember those days. It was like a flooded map. I remember like in the middle, and like it was like two. One was a parking garage, and the other one was the office. And in between was like a waterway that was like flooding. Whatever the case may be, I remember hitting it, and I was freaking the hell out as like as a kid, bro. And I was with friends, and we're all fucking screaming and shit. It was good times, man. Good times, good fucking times. And that's why I have a little different place in my heart for Ghost, because I played Ghost for the whole year. And I didn't I enjoyed the competitive side of Ghost, and I also enjoyed the trick shotting. But yeah, was it a good game from a comparison to the golden era? No. But I still think it's a decent Call of Duty that people overhate.
Here in this video, purely out of self-preservation, I don't want to see the comments, that's all. So what do I miss about COD Ghosts? Well, I got two words for you.
Atmosphere for me.
Character customization. This was the first of only a few games to let you actually customize your character beyond just a, quote, skin, end quote, where you could choose between different heads, headgear, uniforms, and even what patch you wanted on your shoulder to make your own personal soldier, complete with a name and favorite weapon, which played into the game's new take on long-term progression, where each prestige was another character with their own unlocks and customizable look. And I'll just say it, Activision would make so much more money off of me if buying a bundle let you mix and match all the different pieces of a skin together to create my own, rather than...
Oh my god, that's the greatest take he's ever made. That's just my opinion, though. That would be funny. That gives me like a little asterisk of how Advanced Warfare looked a little bit. But being able to be so fucking goofy, yes,
wearing the exact same outfit as everyone else. I know that it's kind of a drop in the bucket as far as new games flattening any sense of actual choice and customization with just the illusion of it now, but that's a different bucket for a different video. Because first,
I'm very excited to see that.
Talk about the two things that I don't miss about COD Ghosts, and that's the maps and the TTK, which when combined make this game's multiplayer borderline unplayable. See, COD Ghost's map design threw out all sense of three-lane flow in favor of more realistic environments that looked pretty great, but played like shit. You'd often find yourself spawning in the middle of nowhere with no fast and clear path back to where you were, and that, combined with the fast as fuck boy time to kill, resulted in a gameplay loop where you'd spend most of your time running across the map only to get one shot once you finally did get to some action. Now,
I agree. I have to say, like, the maps aesthetically looked amazing. The atmosphere looked amazing. The sound design, the music, and everything like that was so good. I would say the TKK and the maps were dog water, at best. And I will say, this is coming from me. I say what Call of Duty has lost is good map design. This was kind of like at its point of where I was worried about what maps were going to look like in the next couple years after. And I was correct. Advanced Warfare was good. We'll say Black Ops 3 was good. After that, they lost any sense of how to make maps anymore. But like with Ghost, there was a couple good maps. If I can point them out right now, I can. Like this map right here, I enjoyed this map. Might be a hot take, but I enjoyed this map. It felt a little bit more three-laney in general, but it was really good in SND. It was really good in a lot of other modes, especially headquarters and stuff like that. I was watching it competitively. This was the first game I fully watched a full season of competitive Call of Duty, back when MLG and stuff like that. That was like my full-fledged time. Watching competitive, watching Optic and FaZe go at it, like TK or like Denial and like C9, all those fucking like teams back in the day, watching them and watching Nate Shot, watching Scump at the time doing vlogs, and the maps for the competitive side, because I think they only played a couple maps in the competitive scene, so they were picking the best maps out of all of them. Overall, the maps were not that good.
Thankfully, a bit later in the game's life cycle, They actually did add something called the heavy duty playlist that increased your base health to 150. And honestly, that is how they should have just shipped it. Because while the maps were still pretty bad, I at least felt like the gunfight to gunfight moments that COD was known for just felt right again. Until they removed that playlist just a few more weeks later, because live service gaming was just getting started, and oh boy do I hope that someday I get to make a video talking about how I don't miss that in Call of Duty.
Oh, 100% agreed. Them constantly removing modes that people love fucking frustrate me.
In like 10 more years or so. So, subscribe to make sure that you don't miss that one. And you know what? With that last one there, I think I've finally figured it out. Okay, game developers, you're gonna wanna take notes on this one, because as it turns out, all you gotta do to make the perfect game is have it be simple, with plenty of choices that are all fun and also balanced, with a clear direction, but also deep customization, and the maps all have to follow established norms and not look like Turbine. Plus, it has to have noob tubes, and also, it can't have noob tubes, and it needs to bring my dog back from the dead. You do all that, and I'm happy. I'm buying your game day. I'm gonna pre-order that shit. It better not be $70 though. I will not a dollar over 60, okay? That's what I paid in 2012, and that's what I will pay until the day that I die. I'm becoming an old man here. Back in
Like, I get it, dude. With way PlayStation is and Xbox is right now, literally confirming digital fucking games no longer being physical pisses me off, and corporate greed in general is starting to tick me off in all aspects of my life. I am a Boston Celtics fan. I am a Boston Red Sox fan. Seeing ownership and do things that only see money and not love of the fucking game or the art of it, well, I want to break some kneecaps. And seeing gaming as a whole and what it's done to itself generally pisses me off, and it's completely off of greed. And it's very frustrating, and I'll never sit there and talk to a billionaire and not want to fucking break a kneecap off them. Like, generally at times. And I see here now with Call of Duty, and it's how it's become. I pretty much all the golden era, like I said, like Modern Warfare 3, when it was the face-off maps for me, and like also I will say like the longevity of maps, how many maps there were. There was so many fucking maps. And prestiges too. Like Black Ops 1, I love the aesthetic of Black Ops 1. I also love Wagers. I will agree with him with that. Like just Black Ops 2, like I highly look at it as a perfect Call of Duty, and as possibly if you can get it to. Modern Warfare 2 balance was something so good. Like I love the maps, and I love playing and be able to use all the guns that you could. And like from the golden era, if I had to choose the whole golden era on why the golden era was so great, community. Like if I had to put it all together, it was a community. Like there was multiple communities in this big game sandbox that people love, and it has lost that to the corporate greed and the competition and the competitiveness of the newer games like Fortnite and others. Just trying to follow this recipe of what they're doing and not being their own game. And I think that's where they've lost. They've lost the soul. And I know people are going to say and have a fucking take with that in general. But like Black Ops 7 was cool. It was good. Like the multiplayer, I haven't played in a while. But like seeing people and their opinions on it, I will agree. Like that's probably the best. Like one of the best, the new gen Call of Duties. But at the same time, they lost a lot of people based off the soul and the direction of the game. And people saying, oh, just based off the campaign. But guess what? The campaign feeds into the multiplayer. Like, why? Like, I completely will say this. People forget how those games back in the day were made. They were made off the campaign, backed off to the multiplayer. Like, it just felt like you're in the universe of Black Ops 1. Or Black Ops 2. Or Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 3. Like, that's why I tell people, I'm like, where has Call of Duty gone? The soul. Soul's gone. And That is something that I always say, and two, that changes. I will hop on Modern Warfare 4 though. This might be a fucking shit saying that, but I do want to play the classic game mode on Black Ops 7. Still haven't got a chance to it yet though. I know I heard a lot of good things about that. I really want to hop on and play it again. And try it out. And I really want to Call of Duty to see because it was my childhood in general. So when he talks about stuff, it kind of gives me back in memory lane. But replay mode, love the video, man. Put in the comments down below his videos. You guys go and check it out yourself. And it was so good, bro. It's so good. I do agree. Golden Era was something different, but also at the same time, we weren't paying rents. We weren't getting jobs or doing a lot of stuff back in the day when we were kids. We were being kids, and now we're grown adults with adult money. A little bit different now. But I'm very curious in the comment section. I kind of want to know what in general golden era, what made the golden era so good for you as a person that played Call of Duty back in the day. I'm very curious in the comment section down below. As always, guys, this is Lane. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.